Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Dani and today it's time for May M&M's TBR. Except, I don't have M&M's. It's finally my favorite time of the month, filming the M&M's TBR, but if you saw my latest vlog, the last video that I filmed, my husband gifted me a lot of chocolate for Easter, so I didn't want to buy more chocolate, buy M&M's for this video, because I'm gonna have chocolate to eat for months, and I didn't want to add more chocolate, so I don't have M&M's. And the last time that this happened, I used a spinner wheel, and that's what we're going to do again. And the wheel was not very nice to me, so we'll see what's going to happen this time. If this is the first M&M's TBR that you're watching, the rules are very simple. The first color that I get, the arrow goes on the top, the second goes on the side, and whatever prompt I get, I have to pick a book to read on that month. I don't have any specific reading plans for the month, so we're just going to go right in. So I'm using this app called Spinning Wheel or something like that. It's very straightforward. But one option that it has here is fair spins or not fair or random spins. So fair spins makes it so you don't get the same color twice, at least not very often, and random rolls means it's truly random, so you have the same probability of getting the same color again, which I think it's more fair because in the bag of M&M's we have the same probability to get the same color again. So that's what we're using. So we're probably gonna get blue. If you've been here for a little bit, you know we get blues all the time. But we'll see what happens, and I'm excited to start. I'm gonna pick 6 books, so let's go for spin number 1. The first one is brown. The second color for the first book is yellow. And we got high rating, which means that I'm going to focus. Which means that I'm going to go to Goodreads, order by rating, and pick one of the highest rated books on my TBR. Usually I try to go for the highest rated, but usually that's a sequel or something, so let's try to go with the top 5, one of the top 5 or something like that. I'm not sure how up to date my Goodreads is, so we'll see. Okay, let's go to my owned TBR, order by average rating, and oh, it was already right. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so we have Never Seen is the highest rated with 4.61. Then we have a Brazilian book called Torturado, which is 4.58. The Name of the Wind, which is 4.52. Skyward Flight, oh no, sorry, the cat was playing with the thing. She wants to say hi. This is more important than checking Goodreads, right? Hello. Cat pick's there. Maybe you'll get to pick a book. Yeah. Where were we? Name of the Wind. And then we have Skyward Flight, which I just got recently, and I only have one book left to read on Skyward Flight, which is Evershore, and the rating is 4.47. And then we have The Skin We're In with 4.46. Okay, I'm going to give myself options here and say either Torturado or Skyward Flight, and I'll just read Evershore, which is the last one and the longest one. I don't remember much about the story, so maybe I'll have to reread a little bit to remember, or I'll find a recap. But this one is I'm also very interested in. It's short. It's going to be published in English, actually. If it hasn't already, it's in English. The title is Crooked Plow, I think. But I've heard really good things. It's kind of magical realism with historical fiction. So what are they about? Skyward Flight is a series of novellas in the Skyward universe, written by Brandon Sanderson. The novellas are co-written with him and Janci Patterson. And I am really enjoying her writing. I think it is different from Brandon Sanderson, but the heart of the story is there, so I'm really enjoying them. And this series is about Spencer. She wants to be a pilot. It's a sci-fi, YA sci-fi. She wants to be a pilot, but her father was considered a traitor, and she has to prove herself in the first book. So the order of this goes Skyward, Starsight, and then the first 2 novellas here, and then Cytonic, and then the third novella, and then Defiant, which comes out in November. So I probably should read it closer to November. might make more sense. So this is another option. Like I said, magical realism, historical fiction set in Brazil in the time that right as slavery was abolished, and we're following two sisters that kind of go through different situations. I don't know much, but I've heard really amazing things. It won a bunch of prizes, and it's going to be translated, so I'm sure it's really good. So that's my first option. I'm gonna say this one, just for the sake of making a pile in the end of the video. Let's replace the prompt. This one, Old in TBR. I also have a few books that I'm going to receive in May, so if I remember, I'll put them on the TBR. If not, I'm probably going to read them, so we'll see what happens. The first color for the second book is green. The second color for the second book is brown. Oh, this is fun. This is M&M color. It is more fun when I have a bag of M&Ms. But in this case, I'm just gonna spin the wheel again, and whatever color I get, I have to pick a book that has that color on the cover. So I'm just gonna use this here, and the book has to have the color. Oh no. Brown? Oh wait, I think this is pretty brownish. It has a bunch of colors, but like everything muddles together to form brown, I think. Of course, the main colors, the pink here and the purple, you pay more attention to them, but the rest is pretty brown. At least the color around these letters are for sure brown, so I'm going with this one. This is The Truth by Terry Pratchett. It's the first one in the Industrial Revolution, is that it? I think so, collection on Discworld, and it's the first book in the Discworld universe that I'm reading. I started it last month. I read 38 pages and I was enjoying it a lot, and I'm very excited to jump into this universe and see if it is for me, because I really think it is. I really like absurdist, satirical, humoristic fiction, so I'm very excited. I read by Terry Pratchett Good Omens that he co-wrote with Neil Gaiman, and I really love that book, so I'm really excited to start in this world. Let's replace the prompt. This one, Nat Galley. The first color for the third book is red. The second color for the third book is blue. And it is one word title. I'm going to have to research my spreadsheet to find a one-word title, I think. Okay, I think I have kind of three options for this one. I have Dragonfall, which is the Goldsboro book for April, I think, that probably, maybe, I'll get it in May and I'll read that. So that's the first option if it arrives in time. If not, I have Paradise 1 by David Wellington, which is about, it's a sci-fi about humanity is living in another planet, and it goes dark, and there's no communication between this colony and, I think, Earth. So they go to investigate, and it's a bit of horror, a bit of sci-fi from what I understand. It's very chunky, but I'm very excited for it. So this is, it says Paradise 1, but it's one word title. It's a one word and one number, but it's one word title. I'm counting this. So I'm gonna put this one to make the pile in the end, but this is the second option because of Dragonfall. This is by L.R. Lem. If that one arrives, I'm gonna read that one. I don't know about what it is about, so I can't tell you, but it has dragons in it. So that's option number 1. This is option number 2. Let's replace the prompt. A classic. I don't want that. If classic comes up, I'm going to count Discworld as classic. First color for book number 4. Red again. Second color for the third book, no, the fourth book, is almost red. Okay, we got orange. I really didn't want a book hauled in 2019 or 2020. But this is 4+ word title. So we have one word title and we have a bunch of word title. And let me check my spreadsheet again. Okay, again, I'm gonna have 2 options for this one because one might arrive in May. I don't know. If it does, it's going to be that one. And that is The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I bought the Broken Binding edition, which is really pretty and it's signed and all of that. I don't know if they're going to ship it super soon, but it comes out, I think, in the beginning of May. So if they do ship it and I get it in May, it's going to be that for sure. So The Book That Wouldn't Burn, 5 words. If not, the second option is going to be Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words, and it is by Benjamin Stevenson. This is a mystery kind of, I don't know if it's a thriller or just a mystery, but it's about this family that everyone killed someone. I guess it's obvious, but every chapter there's a prologue, and then every chapter is kind of which family member it's going to be he's going to talk about. I read the prologue already and it's really funny. It's narrated by one person in this family, and he says like I'm not an unreliable narrator. I'm going to tell you everything, the truth, and you have to believe me. And to prove it to you, I'm going to tell you how many deaths are in this book and at what time it happens. So he just lists like in this page, someone is going to die, which is really funny. I think it's going to be hilarious, and it's the first one in the series, so I'm excited to start the series. So that's going to be option number 2, because for sure The Book That Wouldn't Burn, I'm going to prioritize if I receive it in May. That one is a fantasy, a junky fantasy. I think it's also the first one in the series, about this library that has a bunch of books. There's a boy that lives in the library. I don't know much. It doesn't really matter. It already got my attention in the library and person living in the library. That's it. Let's replace the prompt. Element. So this one means fire, ice, water, anything like that. First color for the fifth book is yellow. My battery's dying. I don't have an extra, so we'll try to speed this up. Second color for the fifth book is orange. This means a sci-fi. And I'm going to pick the last prompt, otherwise I'm going to lose my battery. And then we're going to pick the books. So let's replace this prompt. And it is buy a book, upside down, but you get it. First color for the last book is green. Second color for the last book is yellow. And we got recent purchase. I have a lot of those to pick from. So we'll see how long this battery lasts. So for sci-fi, what am I going to pick? I guess it could be Paradise 1 if I read the other one of the options. It could be Skyward Flight. But the one that I'm going to put here, where is it? It's Poster Girl. This was on my TBR maybe last month, 2 months ago, and I started it. I read a little bit of it, and I do want to finish it, so I'm putting it back on the TBR. This is about a girl who was the face of the rebellion, not the rebellion, the dictatorship? I don't remember. There are 2 kind of like political factions going on, and they're both kind of bad, and they live in this secluded, like closed space that they can't get out, but she gets a job to find a girl in the outside world. So that's as far as I got. So that's what I know, and it's a 1984 kind of setup. For recent purchase, I will read any of the ones that I will probably receive by either Broken Binding or Goldsboro this month, or maybe a pre-order. I have Witch King, but I think Witch King comes out on the last day of the month, so I'm not going to put that. But instead, I'm going to put Monsters Regiment by Terry Pratchett. This is the second one in that collection. I don't know what this one is about. I didn't even mention what The Truth is about. So The Truth is in this world that on this world, in the city that just invented, or they just started popularizing the use of the printed press. There's a newspaper, I don't know, it's just funny and satirical and just really cool humor that I really enjoy. And this one is the sequel, and I don't know what it is because I didn't read the synopsis. It's not exactly a sequel, they're both standalones, but this kind of happens after, so I don't want to read the synopsis. So these are the books that I picked for my May TBR. I'm really excited for all of this and for the first options of some of this. So let me know if you've read any of it, and I'm really happy that my battery lasted this long because I didn't think it would. Let me know if you think I'm going to enjoy any of this and which one you want me to prioritize in the month of May between these ones or the other ones that I said that I might pick up if they arrive. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me.